Yeah, I was like for a second, hang on, what are you talking about? Because when I clicked on Mizu, it was still showing up as Miracle, and I'm like, hang on,
Hmm.
something's not right here. But I think it was just his individual photos. Like, you know
Radiant
what?
team
Still,
pick.
I like the meme. I'll keep it like that.
Sure. This sure is a way to get active. I love the support duo. Something like a Snapfire and something that just wants to get in there and just scream, "Hit me!" I mean, that is Clockwork in a nutshell. He just wants to distract so heavily from the Snapfire. It's also a little bit of a block pick, but I mean, I guess you've already seen the support duos come out from Boom as well. Hell, you can even stop the chaotic offering from going off if you get on top of this Warlock and just get that battery assault going. The cast animation's too long.
And that's going to be something that they have to put a lot of priority on this game for Galaxy Racer, making sure that the Warlock doesn't get any abilities off, because that's where we can really see the damage start to rack up from Boom. If they can get the combo out from the Warlock, then a lot of these team fights can definitely turn on itself here. So, the puck factor, the clockwork as well, could be really beneficial for them to really help out in diving these backline supports, and even just a little bit of vision that the rocket flare can kind of provide you.
It is a game of the squishy mids, though, at least in terms of armor. Of course, Tiny 0 armor to start the game. Puck only 2. So Tiny, he's going to start chunking people down, assuming that it is going to be Makoto playing it with his tree grab at level 1, able to deal a decent chunk of damage. But with, a couple of null talismans built up by the Puck, you can certainly return that quite easily. And we saw how quickly as well in that game, Alacrity, what was it, like a 10.5-minute Blink Dagger with 2 null talismans, boots, and a bottle? That was a crazy amount of farm that he had super early. I don't know if he had the boots actually, but he definitely had the rest.
Yeah, they just weren't really able to touch the puck that game. Got so much space. We saw what happened yesterday when Bob was playing the puck as well versus the Lion. It is
10 seconds remaining.
It's doable.
Yeah. It's so I was gonna say maybe in a
5
little bit
seconds
different
remaining.
caliber of a player on the puck. Like Bob is just he's godlike on that hero. Alacrity's incredibly strong as well, but if he plays this game like Bob did yesterday, then I'll put him on that level as well. I'm gonna have to see though, because it can be a bit tricky.
For sure. And now you've got this Timbersaw, another FBZ hero. He's feeling pretty confident about it. I mean, these supports, like Clockwork does nothing to a Timbersaw once you get out of like maybe the first couple of minutes or so. You're still going to have that Timber Chain to be able to get away super early on. Lacking a little bit of damage right now on Galaxy Racer, has to be said. They're putting everything into this puck, at least to start the game off. And basically, I don't want to say expecting that they're going to get off the full Mortimer's Kisses, but it kind of feels like it.
What do you feel like the Darkseer is going to provide them here? Because like you were saying, it seems like they're lacking damage and are now pretty reliant on having a big wombo combo that we were kind of seeing Lil Gun try and draft and hope for as well.
I mean, maybe a little bit, but the Darkseer, once you get that Ags, you can just toss that onto the Clockwork. And, I just talked about how he just wants the enemy team to focus in on him. That extra, 300 health is going to help with doing that. Lasts for an extra 20 seconds, I believe. So it's a lot of damage that you're dishing out. Like Clockwork, not the biggest dealer of damage super early on. The battery assault onto one target, incredibly annoying, but very rarely are you going to just solo kill someone, at least until you've got that Aghanim Scepter of your own with the overcharge.
We're looking for a win condition here for Galaxy Racer. That damage as well for In Your Dream in the safe lane is going to be up against the Timber plus Lion. So we need... Is the monkey actually still there?
Yes, it is.
May think about the monkey, the puck to enable Darkseer as well. Good lane versus the Timber. Don't mind it. What else is available?
They wouldn't Alchemist, would they?
Boom do have a lot of damage. Do you feel like they can...
Radiant team pick.
They might have a stage where they can burst in.
I mean, that is a lot of damage as well, to be able to reflect back at them. But it's not one of these things that takes massive advantage out of having the surge available to yourself. It feels like, I mean, sure, it's nice to be able to chase people down with a flat cannon, especially if you get the ag shard, I suppose, just giving the 3 instances of rocket barrage damage. But I still feel like you just need to be sitting back, allowing Mizu's Darkseer to do a lot of the work with that vacuum into the flat cannon combinations, call down. It feels like, yeah, they do have a lot of the wombo combo on their side, but Boom as well. It just feels again like with this Warlock, if they get a multi-person Fatal Bonds off, they do have a lot of burst damage potential.
Yeah, they really, really do. And it looks like they're safe lane as well. Like the sustain from Warlock. Sven's not easy to bring down in a lane. So we'll see how Mizu and Yokam are able to play that. How are we feeling about overall though with the second game? Do you feel like Boom have a little bit better of a draft than what they did in game one?
Yes, because they haven't gone all in onto one hero that they ended up losing to in the laning phase anyway. The Warlock using the Shadow Word onto the Sven basically means that you're not caring quite as much about the Ion Shell creep, so you can actually stay in lane for a lot longer and tank it up. You still probably only want to go 2 points into it, so you can start leveling up your Fatal Bonds. The Gyrocopter into the Timbersaw is quite nice, so that's something that FBZ is going to have to be a little bit careful about. And really, it's just going to depend on individual skill in this mid lane. Who's going to take advantage. Hell, it might even be a few uphill misses that end up deciding the fate of this mid lane.
Prepare for battle.
We'll get to see another exciting matchup for the two against mid. I mean, Alacrity, Mikoto. It's very high mechanical skilled players at the position 2 role. We're going to see Coda back on his Tiny, which we've seen previously today, and Alacrity back-to-back games now on the puck. Like you were saying, both these heroes...
prioritizing shoving him out of the lane as well. Like, have a look at what Alacrity started with. Just the 3 branches. So he just wants to be able to stay in the lane as much as possible, put some pressure in on Mikoto, and make sure he's getting that early bottle. Be careful here. I mean, it's not like they have the toss, though, so there's no real way to get in your dream in a killable position.
They don't like those trees.
30 seconds to battle.
They don't like all the trees.
What do you reckon about this VP spray, by the way?
Where is it?
Just in the mid lane.
Nice call. Very interesting. What's your analysis on the VP spray, Danog? Let's hear it.
It just doesn't feel like VP to me. VP has always felt a little bit...
The battle begins.
Grittier, if that makes sense.
Grittier.
Yeah, and this seems like something from
like a cuddly...
a Nickelodeon show or something like that.
I feel like they were going for... It doesn't really have that representation of their logo, though. Like, they've done a couple content pieces where the logo, or I should say the mascot, has kind of been in and about. But it definitely doesn't feel like it looks kind of close to it, does it?
And he's got a little bit of that DreamWorks smirk in it, you know? You know what I'm talking about? It seems like in every single, like, movie done by DreamWorks, in the promotional picture or the poster, there's always this, like, weird, like, I'm kind of confident, but I'm cool sort of smirk to it. It's got that a little bit of that going on.
Why can't he have that? Why can't he... some confidence?
Look, next time you see a DreamWorks movie poster, you will look for it, and you will see it, and you'll be like, damn it, Danog was right. It just becomes obnoxious after a while.
Oh, I'm looking it up. Oh, I see what you mean. Wait, actually...
Yeah.
What the heck?
It's in every poster.
What's going on? The B poster's got it. Shrek's got it.
Shark Tale.
Yes. Looks like Kung Fu's got it too. Kung Fu Panda. Bit of a smirk.
Great movie, by the way.
Okay. Great movie. Great movie. A lot of those movies are incredibly good. DreamWorks.
Well, that's
hang
not
on.
good enough.
Oh, what age are we? Like, are we saying now? Sure, now I might not get as much value out of it, but hey, when I was younger, sheesh, they weren't too bad.
Oh, don't you start with the sheesh again.
I should have won yesterday, and it's because you brought it up. Like, it's really not my fault.
You said it before I brought it up. That's
No,
why
I
brought it up.
didn't. You said no. That's not what happened at all. Top, hide,
Roll the clip.
roll the clip. The clip. All right, roll it. They're gonna hopefully try and roll Hyde's first blood back as well. Polo, nice. Might still get chased from FBZ. Maybe not now with the 2 points Rocket Bride. Okay, you wanna know what happened? You brought up, you're like, did you use some of this boomer? Wait, sorry, you're like, do you use some of this Zoomer language from
Radiant's
your
middle
TikTok? And I'm
tower
like,
is under attack.
You said
No.
sheesh, but it wasn't in the way that sheesh is said. That's why.
is that why you brought it on? Well, okay. After that, I didn't even say it though. So, just not in the vocabulary, I suppose.
Let's keep it that way.
I'm gonna bring it in now. It's fun. It's fun to say. You kind of overdo it though.
Why isn't that a voice line, by the way?
Watch.
I feel like that would have been value.
Because
Radiant's
no
middle
noobs
tower
have
is
said
under
it.
attack.
They've got the yeet.
I mean,
The yeet feels like
We
it could
do
be
have the
more
yeet.
powerful. Like it's not
It's pretty
powerful enough. I don't know. It feels like it could be a little bit louder.
you need to charge it up a little bit. So instead of like a yeet, or sorry, a yeet, it's more of like a yeet.
Yes,
That sort of thing.
exactly. Perfect. Do you feel like they? Because you know how like previously with the voice lines, you could get that charge effect. Like if the team used multiple of them, they started to stack up. Do you feel like they could do that with all the voice lines?
What, like the increasing pitch or
Yeah.
duration? Is that
Yeah.
what we're talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
I feel like that's way too much work for Gaben to do on his own. He's just a
Aw.
single programmer, you know?
Oh, think of the money though.
A prize.
Honestly, that would be worth it for the yeet. Like that's where you get the power coming through.
If there was a battle pass, maybe that was the way to do it. The game's kind of in a little deep here. Kezcute and Dreamer Cell, not the strongest kill lineup. Actually, who's the one in trouble?
Yeah, I don't know. Yocam's level 3. He still hasn't put another point in battery salt before he used it, but it doesn't matter. Who's the one going deep? Well, in fact, it was the
Radiant's
Warlocked,
bottom
and
tower is under attack.
they're still even chasing down Dreamer Cell. They're going to glyph up the creep wave. Look at the priority they're putting on right now just to pressure Dreamer Cell and really minimize the amount that he gets out of lane. It forces double rotation. The choreo.
If they can kill two, though.
Well, he makes up for it with the two-man stun, setting up for the Earth Spike.
It got him!
Dreamer Cell will still die. What is going on?
I mean, he used the salve as well when he was on the run underneath the trees, and the Ion Shell actually ended up cancelling it out. So that is pretty big for Galaxy Racer to be able to secure that one for themselves. Yeah, it costed them 2 in return, but big rotation. Gyrocopter's going to be totally fine with having this lane all to himself.
Yeah, and we do see that the Gyro is often able to lane pretty well versus the Timber. Because like you're saying, that Rocket Barrage is something that FBZ can't really deal with as much at the early stage until you get at least a magic resistance item.
And I was talking about in the draft how, you know, you're going to have this little bit of a difficult time playing the Warlock into the Clockwork just because of particularly the Golem. But even then, you know, he was level 3, but couldn't get the Shadow Word off to save either himself or the Sven. And that was what ended up causing Dreamer Cell's death to occur. So, you know, even just some of your simpler abilities become a lot harder to use. And well, something else we were talking about voice lines is, well, maybe give it a bit of a break while they get a kill on the top side. Still chasing it, is in your dream. He has no cares in the world.
It's about to be burnt out of mana though, so we can't actually win this man fight. I want to say that one more
Did it
right
again?
click. Maybe we can. Those phase boots to chase down, and yeah, we see Dreamer Cell losing his life again, and Mizu's getting a double. Well, we were saying, at least at the start, well, I was saying, you know, this was a position 1 player moving to the 3, but he's looking really good top. FBZ is going to fall as well. The laning phase from Galaxy Racer, they got 7 kills already.
Yeah, this is some great individual play, just juking out a lot of these abilities. We saw it multiple times there on Paulison when he was low on HP. That time around, it was in your dream. He barely had enough to use the last Rocket Barrage. He was actually baiting out a couple more Timber Chains so that he would have the Magic Wand charges to be able to A, live, but also deal the return damage. So some fantastic team play coming out. He's already level 6. He's a good 500 net worth ahead of anyone next to him.
Quite the start here from the side of Galaxy Racer, and we saw last game as well with their lane star. And they're already making some fat stacks too. Polo
Radiant's
Hyde
bottom
is
tower
going to
is under
scout
attack.
this out. He only got one there, the hard, but regardless, that's a lot of farm for either the puck or the gyro. Hyde might have seen that observer ward placed, depending on if Polison was behind the tree line. I wasn't 100%
Radiant's bottom
sure.
tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
There is actually, we haven't noticed. I'm going to go back to the voice line now that it's a tiny bit more chill. I say that as Hyde's about to walk into Polison. But we've got a tiny in the game. And we've got Galaxy Race's Tiny Airlines voice line. So maybe if things work out for them and they get a kill onto the Tiny, they'll start calling that out.
Well, we're gonna see. The lanes are quite a mess right now. In Your Dream's gonna lose a bit of a killing streak that he had to Kezcute. Nice rotation from Boom with the catapult wave as well. So this tower's already taking a lot of damage.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's going to go down eventually. It's a good start for the Gyrocopter, but a 4-man rotation, like, you need a Timbersaws early game to go well. We saw with Marvel what happens when, I think he died, what, 4, 5 times in the super early laning stage before he was able to build up the hood. At least now you've got that. I think it's, well, he's got the boots coming out now onto the Timbersaws, so things are going just fine. And they're even going to invade as he's taking this stack.
Blackberry. Oil drop, Hex, Spike. Able to get it the last second, but it's a great call down from In Your Dream. Rip apart Hyde's Lion, toss away as well. Yokam unable to control Makoto, but it means that the Tiny isn't able to rejoin this team fight here as the damage just not showing up from Boom at the moment. So that Dreamer Cell hasn't even opted to come over, where the Gyrocopter is able to get involved at the early stages here. It's really that +1 effect that is helping out Galaxy Racer. Won't be able to close the distance on FBZ. But nonetheless, it's still going to be a 3 for nothing.
A prize.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
All right, we're going to need to hear that Tiny Airlines voice line, though. I feel like that would have been the perfect time, you know, tossing him back in. Doesn't even matter. With all the kills, the Clockwork got enough experience to get the hook shot in, and that secured the kill onto the Tiny. They don't even care. They're diving behind a tier 1 tower this early on.
They
have to be back a little bit here because you do have the rotations coming through.
There's a bit of a whiff on the execution there.
Maybe just underestimating the strength that you get underneath that tier 1 tower. That 3 armor, really effective.
And so far, I mean, you take a look at the net worth as well. Like, this has just been a free game overall from Dire. They've been able to get those stacks. In Your Dreams going first item Aghanim, so his farm's really going to start to ramp up. Polo's making more stacks as well in the jungle. He's also... No, he didn't block that small camp. Oh, Makoto. These stop. He's got some backlines to block. Great hook shot. Straight away tossed away. Believes the cog. Sets up the double cookie. Rock's going to get dropped as well. Kezcute turns it with the fatal bones. Oh my. The damage, it ramps up when you lock down those abilities just like that. They're going to end up losing 3. FBZ gets a double. Meanwhile, down the river, Makoto is still looking to battle over against Mizu. Won't have the abilities back up. Blink though for another 5 seconds. Mizu still looking to play around. He's going to be careful because Ava is up. Blink as well. Tip him.
What are you doing, Mizu?
What is his game? 22 minutes. About to be 11 minutes in as well. 22 kills, sorry.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I mean, you couldn't have asked for much of a better initiation by Galaxy Racer in that river. You know, you get the double hook shot, you cogs 2, you get the dream coil onto a couple of them, the double silence, the double illusory orb, but it's just not enough. That return combination coming through from Kezcute was fantastic. Like, that was the Fatal Bonds combination that we were waiting to see all the time in the previous series, and they finally get it off. So much burst damage coming through.
Yeah, we've seen that Dreamer Cell's also been getting a little bit of catch up after that laning stage. Had those 2 early deaths, wasn't showing up to these fights like what the Gyrocopter was, but it's at least enabled him to kind of accumulate a bit of a net worth advantage for himself here against some of the other cores. Second in the graph now, and his Mask of Madness into the Echo Saber for Dreamer Cell.
Now, did I or did I not
Radiant's
say
top
this was
tower
probably
is
going to be
under
the most
attack.
entertaining series of the day? Because I feel like it has been.
Wow.
You know, it's
Well, we count the
just
first
a mile
game.
a minute.
Hang on, the first game was a bit of wash. They need to make up
Still
for it.
entertaining though. It was still entertaining. Poor Hyde.
It was an Arc Warden game. They got walked on. This one
Yeah,
is.
but we got the 3-2-2 scoreline.
That is true. Got some free ice cream too. Let's go.
We both did.
I was just trying to see if I could. See
It's
if
never
I could
gonna
get
happen. I'm always gonna outsmart you. No, I'm kidding.
no.
Always
Okay.
gonna be able to pick up the Haster and Mizu. You have to be a little careful here. Only the 1 point in the surge so far, so
Under attack.
not gonna have a lot of that same saving potential. He's actually opted to go for a pipe first here. I like it against all of the heavy magic damage coming through from Boom. Not going for the straight Ags rush, but I mean, they're definitely gonna need it with a lot of this turnaround potential. Blink available. No avalanche just yet though. Give him 1 second. How greedy is he gonna get? Ends up picking it up.
This is a great timing on the Aghanims though, for In Your Dream. About to be 13 minutes in. He's claimed the Ancient stack already, so no real farm left for him stack-wise, but he's really turned this around. FBZ as well has had a very good time. The lane was getting pressured very heavily with that Gyrocopter, but only died once, 3-1 and 3. Looking solid so far.
And they're feeling confident enough to even just take some of these stacks away. Actually getting a few of the creeps sniped there by the clockwork, but
Shot.
now they're going to
Okay.
look to turn this one around here.
They drop the coil as well. Makoto's just going to get ripped apart. Even the wall committed. But they've used a lot of their control here from Galaxy Racer. So it means they won't be able to catch the Timber. But they will still be able to follow up for the kill on Hyde. Alacrity gets himself a double. We do still see across the map though, Dreamer Cell. Echo Saber is now completed.
Not too bad. I mean, the Sven's farming, you don't have a high damage lineup, at least not yet high enough to take Roche. So you don't mind kills being as far away from the Sven as possible. Forces a heavy rotation, forces the Wall of Replica, call down, Dream Coil to be popped, even the hookshot, hell. But, you know, I feel like maybe Boom might have looked to go for a turnaround if Makoto was still alive there. Fatal Bonds was available. Chaotic Offering is still available. So maybe Makoto's just going to look to push out this wave a couple of times. Get a little bit of emphasis onto the top side of the map. You can see the Boom heroes. They're kind of all clumped together around their own tri-cap area. Hell, FBZ, he's feeling confident enough just to walk on
Dire's
forward.
structures are fortified.
What's he got coming out to him? Nothing.
That's
So why is the headdress in the backpack?
He's got pipe, well, hood locked. I guess that's why. Oh yeah, well, I mean, I may as well put it in the inventory, I suppose.
Right. It's 2.5 HP regen. Could never say no to that. He's spoiled for riches right now. He's like, you know, 2.5. I'm a bloody Timbersaw.
We need it. Just that measly old regen.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
See this? Oh, I was gonna say it's slowing down a little bit. Both teams smoked up, looking for a
Radiant are
fight.
Scanning.
We
15.
gonna catch no one though. Ooh. DP.
15-minute mark, so bounty is available. They might be able to predict that that's where In Your Dream could be looking to go for it, or at least someone on the Dire side because of the bounty spawn. We'll still see this get caught out. Hyde doesn't have his Blink Dagger just yet. He does have the cover of Night, but it's not going to be enough to be able to catch out that Gyrocopter. It would have been a huge kill. They had everyone there to be able to take him. Eventually, the deep wards revealing the fact that they'd gone for that, so some spidey sense, but also the fact that, well, just the creeps had been cleared, forces In Your Dream back towards his own triangle camp, but he's building up a nice little bank of net worth here, only 20 gold away from finishing up the Yasha, able to move even faster around these maps. Then just going to go into the pretty standard SNY.
Who do we feel this kind of passive past couple of minutes is favoring at the moment?
For the past couple of minutes, I mean, this fan having the BKB is going to be pretty important. It's going to be a long while until the puck's going to have anything close to an Ag Scepter. So he's going for an earlier than usual BKB, not picking up something like the SNY. I think it's going to be real nice for Boom if they can pick it up.
Get just to immediately pick off on Hyde. Might transition that into a little bit of tower damage on the T1 tower. They are getting surrounded though. FBZ swinging on through. Again though, this is a very difficult kill. Pops the hood. Reassembles now into the pipe as well. A lot of magic absorption, but he's still falling incredibly low. Fatal Bonds, rock drop once again.
Very late.
There's no damage follow-up. Bit too late with the combo. And it means that this tower should end up falling.
Yeah, just standing right in the middle of all that combination. I mean, sure, you don't want to break the level 2 coil. It does a lot of damage, 200, but you're a Warlock. You know, you've got the Shadow Word. You could use that to heal him. And they had the 4-star to be able to get him out of that that coil cogs combination, and not too much chase after that. I mean, the gyrocopter hadn't quite yet joined. They had vision of him moving throughout their own jungle, so perhaps a little bit of a misplay there from Kezcute, not opting to use the 4-star super early, as well as the rock coming down a little bit too late. And now as well, like, they use the rock, doesn't result in anything, so Galaxy Racer, they're going to feel confident again to perhaps group up together, go for another kill. You can see Dark Series just pushing out the mid lane, but I feel like it won't be too far until he looks to join up again with Jokam, who, you know, we talked about their kill potential with not being able to do all that much solo as a Clockwork. All you need is an Ion Shell and that Ag Scepter, which he's got queued up for himself. Only one component so far. That's going to be enough, but they kill the puck. He's out way too far.
I'll let you go now.
Alright, so I think that might be the full Sanjin Yasha. Yep, now completed. Up for the gyrocopter.
A bit rash.
Okay. They were getting some nice kills across the map here from Boom. We did see them have to use those ultimates for the puck, so they've got to be a bit cautious on how far they want to overstep across this mid-river.
Solar Crest now picked up. It really feels like they've decided the time is now for the gyrocopter. Mid tower's taken. You've got Solar Crest. You've got a lot of damage burst potential, and well, that could result in the first wombo combo of the game. I suppose we've kind of had one already near that bottom power rune, but still, haven't seen it come through yet for Galaxy Racer.
Do you feel like Gyro's going to be able to get away with not going BKB this game?
I mean, of course, the Satanic is nice, right? You've already got the Sanjin Yasha, so that's going to be amping up the lifesteal that you get. You've got a little bit more survivability. You've got the status resistance, but the basic Dispel component, at least, isn't going to do anything against any of these heroes on Boom.
He's underneath Observer, but he can just turn and pop the BKB. That is not the person you want to go on. A free pick off for them does cause them to have to use a little bit. Now Galaxy Racer, if they can protect their Observe Ward around the triangle, back silence as well with the Alacrity, they just rip apart the Warlock before the combination's able to come through. And now FBZ can't get enough distance away as well. So 2-4, really nice heads up play from Galaxy Racer. The communication for them, it's really on point from game 1 to game 2. Just recognizing that they could still turn. Sven used a lot with that BKB. Knowing that it's on cooldown, they would have been able to control him. And knowing that they had a really strong Observe Ward positioning as well. If they could double back, kind of half protect it without committing until the BKB expired. And then they jump.
Yeah, then they jump in. It does cause Jokem to buy back. It's not going to result in all that much, but I think it's just a little bit of that fear potential, not wanting to follow in with the rest of the Boom heroes. At least that time around, the rock was not dropped. They're not going to lose Roche as a result of it. I feel like maybe if it was, they would have gone into that potential with the minor summon that you get from the little shredder. They have the Solar Crest. They have a gyrocopter that's now level 18. Only a Reaver away from completing that entire Satanic. Like, he is farmed as hell on In Your Dream right now.
Yeah, that he is indeed. Top of the net worth, sitting pretty comfortably at the moment. And we're also closing in on the Aghanims as well for the Darkseer. So that little bit of bonus health for In Your Dream. Plus the pipe as well is definitely going to give him a lot of survivability. So I want to see if he gets away with the item build that he has, not going BKB. He's definitely going to know his limits though. So he's been a thorn in their side so far. He's played an incredible game, 6-1 and 5. See them with the net worth lead, but
we've still seen that raw damage output come from Sands though. Even in like a losing situation, they just somehow manage, especially when you've got something like that Imp Claw neutral item, to pump out heavy damage. So, you know, it might cost him if he gets caught in the Stormhammer stun. They've got a lot of ways to combo that together. So hopefully that lack of a BKB doesn't come back to bite him.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Smoke up. They find
Radiant's bottom tower
Radiant
is under attack.
run up with the Observer Ward blind at the moment. Smoke pop, Makoto hide both. Can't get the jump. Coil is even going to get committed. That's another smoke wasted. Ooh. Shh. They actually going to get Polo? Yeah, Makoto should have blinked. That is a lot of time that at least should give Dire the space to be able to push that top. You see mid as well already done. Just recognizing that a lot of heroes showed bot. Get the other side of the map completely shoved down and reposition yourselves on the map.
They didn't really use too many TPs.
Okay, that's a big kill.
Well,
Whoa.
In a row. And not really there, but I mean, you can definitely at least attempt to force the buyback.
Radiant are scanning.
Kodo just some burst really starting to come through. That 15th talent Echo Saber he's had for a bit now. 5, 2, and 6, yeah, and into Roche. Dire, they're smoked up themselves as well. KezQ, not really the person you want to pop the smoke here. He's going to try and do it around the Observer, but that's a great target to try and bring down. But the Hex, before the Cogs push back, Clockwork's just going to end up losing his life to start the fight. Now Makoto as well with the counter initiation. Back, wall drop. A 1-for-1 to start with the call down as well, but Roche is falling really low. He's going to be able to claim the HC Dreamer Cell. Snatches it and looks to turn. He might not even lose the first life. Dreamer Cell. Oh my lord, the damage! Blink forward, Polison's gonna lose his life as well! Boom! Hit back hard around the Roche pit.
That's the power of Sven, baby. All it takes is just one little bit of extra lockdown. They still held the Golem all throughout that time. And the Fatal Bonds plus the Cleave, it was enough for them to be able to take him down.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
No buyback now available. I mean, not even able to pop the Satanic throughout all of that. You had the side gunner going, but not enough.
This is a big swing now. Couple kills, Ages that didn't get used, T2 tower that's gonna get claimed. Lane's getting shoved out. A lot of map they're going to be able to farm as well before Dire respawn. A great way to get themselves back in a commanding position here for Boom.
Yeah, and just like that, the game, I don't want to say turns on its head just yet. According to Dota Plus, it's still slightly in the favor of Galaxy Racer. They got the net worth lead. They've got a very fun gyrocopter. But I don't think we're seeing, at least from Alacrity, the Bob-like performance that we were hoping for.
No, unfortunately not. He's still having a good game, but it has felt like his net worth has really tailed off. Bottom out of all the cores at the moment. Has been playing very passive. And I mean, do you feel like this is because they don't have as much deep vision right now? There is one throughout the Radiant jungle, but it just feels like he can't play as aggressive on these side lanes as he would be hoping to.
I mean, I think Makoto got more out of the lane than Galaxy Racer were expecting him to. And because of that, you know, you can just see what it's resulted in. I mean, he's 2 levels behind on Alacrity. He's not dealing anywhere near enough damage. It was one of the things that we highlighted during the draft, right, is that pre-Gyrocopter, they were lacking a lot of damage. And you essentially needed this puck to pop off in a huge way, or get these Mortimer's Kiss perfect combos off every time. But, I mean, I can't recall the last time I've seen Mortimer's Kisses in this game make a significant impact.
Yeah, we haven't really seen the big combo regardless as well from Dire. Is this But the recently the hook shots have been onto the targets that haven't really done much here for Yokam. Do you feel like you now need to see Mizu have that? Like, does he have to go into some way to enable their initiation, or do you like still the Lotus kind of utility that might be provided?
I don't mind the Lotus just because you're going to force a BKB to be popped by the Sven. You know, if he chooses to use the Storm Hammer, you can potentially catch him out, try and burst him down. But it might be rough. You know when the Sven's getting gone on, the rest of the team is going to jump to his aid. I feel like they're going to need to resist the temptation to do that, at least while he's got this Aegis.
Bio. Push back on their side where they got some vision. FBZ. Gonna chain aggressively, see if he can force reactions. Kezcute is not nearby on the Warlock, so you do have to keep in mind in your positioning for the rest of the team. It's like, just in case a fight breaks out, he wanted that outpost. Of course, experience, but also just some maybe buyback TP rotations.
He's been able to pick up the Ag Shard as well, so the healing for his team gonna ramp up in a pretty big way. Again, like, even some wave clear. Not sure if he needed that when you've got Dreamer Cell ready to clear it out, but it just emphasizes a lot more burst potential needed for his team now the Shadow Word's maxed out. So it's going to be a little bit of a worry, you know, trying to get through this tanky Sven, this beefy Timbersaw. Hell, even the Tiny at this point in the game, he's got a ton of armor and he's got BKB finished up. So it's going to be a pretty hard task to get through his HP pool. Who have they found? It's Alacrity again.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, that's a big kill. Dreamer Cell is away from the team, but they're instantly trying to connect with the Sven. Just picked up another item as well. FBZ. Fine. That is a real big kill. That's a couple times in a row now. We just see he's actually getting no gold at all. It feels like he's had these items for at least like 7 minutes at least.
Yeah. No item progression at all. And well, it's going to be a little time until it at least finishes up that Kyra and Sanj as the Aegis gets reclaimed by Dreamer Cell. He's going to switch back the Echo Saber. He's going into, is that a Bloodthorn?
Yes. No, just the Orchid right now. Orchid into Moonshard, maybe?
Oh, it's a Bloodthorn. He just doesn't have the recipe because there's too many icons there. I've just never seen a game, unless it's against a PA, where I'm like, that's the Bloodthorn, that's what's going to win us the game.
Hook shot, Yokam. That's a great target if they can chain lock him down at the moment, but it doesn't matter. Rock on the backline. Dream
he's
is
on the hill.
He's going to get clipped now. They won't have the strength for the team fight. This could be a decent time for Galaxy Racer to turn it, but they've already lost 2. They're going to try and zone them away from In Your Dream. Yokam's falling incredibly low. It's a skewed fight still in the end. A 2 for 3 as In Your Dream just can't really stand his ground in man fight. The lockdown not there with the core getting placed away from the gyro. So in the end, they still end up not winning the trade.
Yeah, it could have been an absolute disaster if they were a little quicker on the BKB usage there by Dreamer Cell, but good presence of mind by Mizu to make sure he was cliffed up, even with the wall of replica clipping onto him, forcing him to BKB TP back to the tier 2 tower. So again, you know that you've ticked this down. It's now at 6 seconds. They've got a little window of opportunity right now on Galaxy Racer as soon as they respawn. 30 seconds left on the Dream Coil. I don't think you need Wall of Replica. The fact that you're not going to have the Rock, the fact that you're not going to have the God Strength for a little bit, that's going to be the key indicator for Galaxy Racer and a potential success for them.
Feels like a lot of these team fights are going to come down to which team has that vision advantage as well. Because both really want to start these fights with their initiation. You got the Sven blink, tiny blink, blind blink as well. Your Dire, it's really the puck to start, the clock, even the Darkseer as well. Hollow. He's got to get some distance away after the outpost. I don't think he's going to be able to toss in. Goodbye. That's a nice kill to get.
Just burns him to death. There's just no chill.
Yeah, not the way you want to go out. Not the way. Roche maybe up in 20 seconds here. Probably see Booms slow down a little bit. Get their lanes in a comfortable spot. Epic shards. We got the Warlock's got his Aghanim shard. Even Lion's got the Ag shard as well. Timber. We got 3 on Radiant. Any others on Dire? None on Dire. Come on, guys. What the hell's going on?
Man, Hides is going to be real nice. I mean, when you think about it, like the Darkseer and the Clockwork are going to do absolutely nothing to you in these team fights.
Oh no. Kodo looking for an angle. Stops the blink on Alacrity. It's on cooldown regardless. Double the blink on forward. Can't get the phase shift off. Alacrity's getting chunked down. This is going to drop the wall, but where's the back on the back line? The Puck's going to end up falling. He's going to buy back to look to rejoin them if need be, but FBZ doesn't give a damn. It's going to move him forward, force off out. Yokam, a little bit of distance. Now with the buyback Radiant, they can look to reset, but Dreamer Cell's away from the team. It's getting kite at the moment. Makoto still falling low, but he's still got the BKB and the backpack blink for Dreamer Cell. Rips apart from the Snapfire, but In Your Dream's just doing minimal damage at the moment. The Flak Canning spraying left, right, and center, but it's a double Earth Spike. They're controlling up the Gyrocopter once again, a backpack, but it doesn't matter. Dreamer Cell's doing too much damage. He's going to look to turn with the Satanic, but Gyrocopter's just got nothing in the tank. They're controlling him up once. They'll control him up the second time with the toss in the air. The Lotus, it's not enough here for In Your Dream. Is it? What's going on? That's the Lotus. Oh my god. Dreamer so chops the Orchard as well. You had no idea what just happened.
That was the Lotus Orb, baby. Bizu on point with being able to drop that one down. It just meant that they got the reflect stun, the toss into everyone. Oh my god, that's nuts.
What just happened? What the heck? Oh boy, what a fight. Danog, talk me through it. Walk me through that fight.
Well, they hit each other, and then 8 people died.
Let's go. A team fight. That's what we're looking for. Being kind of,
And you said this wouldn't be the most exciting series of the
Hang on. What? I was just...
You can't have it both ways.
No, you said this was going to be the most exciting series. I said it would be. Then you said at the start of this game that it was still going to be. And I'm like, you sure about that? I don't know. Game 1 was a bit iffy.
So you doubted me?
Well, no, I doubted game 1. I didn't. The second game with 22 kills at 10 minutes in, I wasn't doubting at all.
And had 56 at 34 minutes. This is some C-Dota. This is what we love to see. Some crazy mechanical skills, some buggy crap going on as well, and you know, just some odd interactions coming through with that Lotus Orb.
Illusion. Radiant's top
I want to see it
tower is
again.
under attack.
I'll take a look after this. So wonky.
I mean, I may have the stream open on my second monitor.
Damn, you get the full replay.
I'm in prime position, you know?
Let's go. What do we got items coming through? MKB from Sven. So this butterfly was a big factor there. Now Sven is at least going to have a way to be able to pierce that evasion.
Second Roche is up with Ag Shard. Could be nice for... Could it be nice for? Maybe the Snapfire? Just being able to push people away a little bit with the Scatterblast. Maybe my my jetpack fantasy would come to reality. I tweeted at Ice Frog. Did you see that?
He's got to implement it. Oh, smoke pop, FBZ. Not really the person you want to go on at the moment, especially with the BKB pop. They're just going to zone the way. Yokan. Hookshot on the backline, doing a great job to be able to control up the Sven. And Alacrity dropping the coil as well. But it means that FBZ has no help. It's not going to matter because the stuns from Galaxy Racer are minimal at best. He's actually going to chain once in aggressively on Polo Sun. It's going to end up costing him his life. Buyback coming through for the Clockwork, but they've locked in Alacrity with a Finger of Death. Level 3, that's a lot of burst.
That's a ton of burst. He's going to pop the Clarity, switch back in the Wand, maybe, on FBZ. That's alright, he didn't even need to full-on commit onto the Snapfire. They had a good use of the Fatal Bonds again by Kezcute there. So 3 heroes were linked up by it. I think it was the Shiva's Guard at the end that ended up getting in the kill just from the Bond connection through when it clipped onto the Gyrocopter. But now, finally, we have a BKB on In Your Dream. He's also going to go in and pick up this Haste Rune. Very nice for a Gyrocopter to get it onto the front lines when he's got that Satanic. A little bit of defensive capabilities as well with the Butterfly. Let's see what he's able to do with it. I think even though his contribution has been not as much as I'm sure he or his team would have liked, they've got to wait for the puck.
Surely
For 20
not.
seconds.
They actually feel like they can roast here?
Maybe just trying to debate something out. What? I don't know, but that's all I could really think that they're going for. 5 seconds. Puck's gonna be alive. This is their time.
That's a cool ward placement at the secret shop. It's a bit too far away from that high ground where if you place a sentry and won't be in range.
You just got to check what the shopkeeper's doing at all times, you know? You never know what kind of shady deals might be going on.
Do you reckon you could ever see teams bribing the shopkeeper?
What would you bribe him with?
Money and neutral.
Well, that's called paying for things, you know? That's how
Well-
shops work. You pay them money, and then they give you stuff.
No, you more money. Give it a little.
They found the why would you pay more for the same item? Anyway, they're going in onto the line. They pick up. That's a ton of damage by FBZ.
Pops the BKB in your dream. Actually, they stun up the Timber. That's really not the person they want to go on, but they're not controlling Dream Assault at the moment. It's going to try and deal with Yokam on the backline. Will be able to do so successfully, but still in your dream. Standing his ground, looking to man fight. Hasn't popped the BKB just yet. Now the Satanic, they're still going to look to turn. Back wall, drop, turning back Dream Assault. BKB now used from the Sven. They're going to try and burst through Dry. Can they actually do so? Your dream keeps alive. The BKB at the last second, but the Satanic still a cooldown as well. Can he just get the passive life still coming through? It's going to be enough. FBZ trying to disengage here. Can he get away? Cannot. Mizu will chase him down, give him the karate chops. Oh,
And the
what
double
do
damage
you
right in front
know?
of Roche. You gotta be kidding me.
See, they bribed the secret shop man. They gave him the DD in front of Roche.
Is he in charge of that though, or is that just Gabriel?
I don't know. I'm just trying to get back on what I was saying beforehand.
Well, that's gonna be easy money, easy Roche, easy axe shot as well. Valkyrie's gonna be the one picking it up. I'd still give it to the Snapfire.
Okay, hear me out. Does he go rape you with this Aegis?
What neutral items are there available? That's what I want to see. Is there anything that he can use to combine together with it?
We need to hit some
Oh.
creeps. I've only got two tier 4s right now.
Penta Edge for a Sven. What even ended up picking up?
Radiant's
Oh, maybe
top
the...
tower is under attack.
You would nearly pick that up for the Tiny, right? The Penta Edge?
Radiant's
Yeah.
top tower has fallen.
What does the Sven got?
Someone wants to-
Yeah, I think Sven needs a minute
Radiant's
or
middle
horn.
tower is under
Tiny
attack.
would like that. The quiver's nice,
got
I
the
guess, with a
quiver?
burst.
Yeah. How many times are you going to see a Penta Edge and just not pick it up?
Not
Hopefully
often.
Kescute
It
actually
is.
moves it. Alright, he's got the telescope on Kescute. A little bit of extra range to be able to land those bonds, and more importantly for Hyde, get those long range Hex and Earth Spikes.
Okay, so we do see the jetpack. Jetpack overclocking. Radiant, though, they're going to smoke up. Bot lane is in a very good position right now for the side of Radiant, and Dire are disconnected. Timber Chain. They ping it out. They know they're there. But still, they're away from the clockwork. Yokam, Makoto going to blink on forward. Yokam just burst it down to start. He's got no buyback alacrity. His own rebuttal, jumps in forward, coil on 2, now with the Mortimer Kisses. Can they cancel
Instant
at the
hex.
moment? It's doing a lot of damage. Dream Souls as well with the blink in forward.
Puck's dead.
Just rips apart the puck. They're going to drop the wall, but it's all up to In Your Dream. The damage coming through. Lotus going to be able to protect him, but Galaxy Racer, they've lost 3. They don't have buyback as well. It's a Mizu In Your Dream show. But can they do it all by themselves? Down to the southern side, Kescute, Makoto, incredibly weak here. Mizu's going to be able to get a kill with the BKB as well, but Dream Cell's going to blink on forward. In Your Dream still protected with the second life of the Ages. Finally going to pop the first. He's got BKB still available in the toolkit. They need a kite away Mizu. If you give him that Iron Shoulder, Lotus Orb as well, but is it enough? It's not. They'll end up losing the Gyro, unable to get the BKB. They're going to try and chase down Mizu as well. Quick use of the Storm Hammer, they'll cut him down. Galaxy Racer, get team
Nice little
wiped.
reward, a couple bounties as well, right? They're just able to clean them up, and
Radiant's top
I mean, you
tower
can have
is
the
under
jetpack,
attack.
you could give that over to Yokam, but he wasn't able to use it. It was just a grounded clockwork, unfortunately. They didn't even use the cheese from all of that engagement. It's just sitting in base. Could have been the key difference maker there.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, you got buyback on Mizu. You got buyback on In Your Dream as well. You've also got Glyph, so you're going to really try and hold out this Gyro buyback, which you should be able to. You might have to give up at least one set and maybe a melee. Okay, I say that. Never mind, they're just all in. Nice Hex. Can't get the overclocking. If Dreamer Cell disengages, BKB pops. It's actually the middle horn from In Your Dream. Nice blink away. That is a massive win condition out from Radiant. They just ball back on the gyro.
He's stunned in the air.
Oh. Uh-oh. Boom have to be love and life. You see the voice lines when they're running away. Oh. I say that. Still gotta be careful.
What surge is this?
So who's got buyback right now? The Tiny and the Warlock. Only 2 Radiant heroes are the ones with buyback. Sven, not enough gold.
FBZ's close. He should get it from this wave. And oftentimes, you see the timber changes going across the entire map. He's the one that's starting out a lot of these team fights. He's actually going into an Ag Scepter for himself next. So just realizing that, look, we've been pretty good with our team fights so far. Kescute, props are going to be given over to him with the good Fatal Bonds usage. If you're able to have 2 chakrams there and spinning, there's very little you can do on Galaxy Racer to be able to stop that. They've only got the 1 Lotus Orb, I believe, so that's basically the only way they have right now of clearing off, other than the BKB, that Fatal Bonds debuff.
Yeah, and you see these BKBs are getting lower and lower as well. Man, there has been absolutely no item progression for the Puck. Like, I wonder how different of a game this would be if Alacrity was actually having even just like 20% better of a performance than what it is right now. I mean, the Warlock is 3,000 gold behind him. Yikes.
Radiant are scanning.
As
It
long
is
as...
a bit of a yikes.
Yeah. I mean, his real job is just, you control the Sven, then you're happy. Then you're real happy. You need to try and get the combo off, though.
They've been able to wait out this... the Aegis was expended, so holding on to the cheese is In Your Dream. They found that. Did they go in deep? They had to use the overcharge, but they found Hyde at least.
Aeon Disc protecting for a short duration. Blinking. Dreamer Cell once again, but the back inside the cogs. They're not going to be able to kill off anyone just yet with the rock, but still, Kescute and Lion will fall to 2 for 3 to be able to start the fight, but the buyback starting to flood through from both teams. Dire force out 3. They don't have the outpost control though, so you got to keep it in mind. Mizu, BKB popped along with the FBZ. He's trying to find fight In Your Dream at the moment. The toss him forward, it's just the illusion. They're going to try and look to sound the sirens. Boom, forced to disengage here, but can they do so? Kescute chased down the jetpack. No buyback here. 98 seconds on the deck. Lying down for 90 seconds as well.
I think they tried to toss in Dreamer Cell there with the God Strength popped, but ended up being the Darkseer Illusion. It was a really good use of the Wall of Replica there by Mizu, just to block off the entire involvement of Makoto into that team fight. He was standing there with Blink on, I think, about a 7-8 second cooldown, but could just never do anything. And was left up to FBZ. Didn't have to buy back at the end of the day, but still, it's going to be a 5v3 now, even with this 16k net worth lead that Boom has. You're feeling a little bit worried now. Double damage, bottled up by In Your Dream. Creep wave coming in. The double siege creep wave as well. This could be their timing.
How close to the ultimates as well? Kiss is up in 25. Replica up in 20.
One indeed.
Is the damage enough though? You see, even with the DD that I believe got purged.
Radiant structures are fortified.
It's got no DD now for In Your Dream. That's a long zip in from FBZ, so Yokan is going to try and pop the overclocking for the extra BKB, piercing control with the hook shot. They need to make sure they don't get in the way. Back when Kodo gets caught. Toss out, back on the high ground. Timber, another toss away. Great use of the abilities from Makoto. But they're doing a really good job as well to kite the side of Galaxy Racer away from the objective. So Lion, along with Warlock, will be back up.
It's still anyone's game. It's so surprising. 46 minutes in, You know, tier 3s have gone down on either side, 14k net worth lead, but it just doesn't feel that much. You know, whenever you've got this gyrocopter that feels like a raid boss, it's always going to be able to turn things around. And now, with a couple of team fights going their way, with the Aghanim Scepter on the puck as well, he's starting to build into a little bit more of his own net worth. He's level 25 as well, so that Waning Rift, it feels... It's unfortunate, you wish you could be doing more, but he's just a really strong utility hero right now.
Yeah, and utility, he's been doing his job at it though. Like I've been saying that still the net worth is not strong, but still you got to give props where it's due. Like at least his the silencers, the coils, when he's not getting caught out those couple of times, still very impactful.
And it's going to get even better now, right? He's level 25, he's got the increased Waning Rift AoE and range. He went for the Waning Rift cooldown, as you do, and he's got the Spell Prism as well. So basically 2.2 seconds that these supports have where they can cast spells in every single team fight. They're throwing Keskut on the front lines to be the one clearing out these creep waves. I'm a little surprised. Like, he doesn't have buyback. You cannot be doing that at this stage of the game with someone so important to your damage potential like this Warlock.
Under reward is FBZ. Again, we've seen what happens though when you jump a Timber. Like, it's just... Honestly, you just waste the hook shot and you waste other abilities afterwards. You're not killing this man. He's so hard to bring down. 3,400 HP. BKB, Pipe. He's got everything that can just keep him alive. Even a Warlock on the backline with that Shadow Word. Force, Lotus, Glimmer, everything. So FBZ's not the person you want to bring down. Is it the Warlock you want to prioritize here? The Lion even?
I would say so. Warlock's absolutely #1 for mine. You just take away so much of their AoE damage potential if you get rid of that Fatal Bonds. Even just the BKB piercing stuns, right? Like, we talked about before. Most of these BKBs are down to 6 seconds. Gyro is probably the only exception. His is at 8. So if you're able to remove that just with the stun that comes through from the Chaotic Offering, it's pretty damn impactful.
We'll have Roche up in 30 seconds. Gyro's still holding the cheese in the backpack as well. And in your dreams, Abyssal Blade into the Daedalus it looks like. So still not fully committing for the Rapier. Not just yet. Feels like he doesn't need that big win condition.
Here we go. Smoke's coming through.
They're disconnected right now. Makoto, Smoke should be able to blink away, but can they get the vision with the Rocket Flare? They need to make sure they're not in front of Yokam, and they haven't jumped just yet, so the rest of Radiant have been able to connect. Hookshot in, straight on top of the backline. Lion's gonna get caught, but it's just splitting them away from FBZ. He's trying to make all the space at the moment. Flak, Bash is going to come through. Radiant, they need to try and protect him though. Coma's going to get dropped as well with another Bash. FBZ is actually going to get any help. Tossed away, but the core's going to end up breaking. Number Code as well, forced to pop the BKB. They're going to look to turn. Golem drop. Damage completely non-existent at the moment, so we're going to try and chain him forward. You've got to be careful. The Menace actually getting burnt away from Dire. But got the punch.
The normal punch.
Bash back. They bring him down. Timber's going to buy back though. They've even caught out.
Oh, he's in.
Pretty nice jump. But the Dreamer Cell straight on top of the cores inside the river as well. Dreamer Cell going to try and deal with the In Your Dream, but he's able to turn. Cheese Pop. Nicely used of the backpack inventory here. Still going to look to turn as well, but the Lotus Orb out. Sven protected. They've got the higher gun advantage right now. Galaxy Racer need to look to reset back on their side of the map. You've got no buybacks. You're in trouble right now. Hex up. In Your Dream. He needs help. BKB on cooldown. Same with the middle horn. He's going to try and pop the Satanic. Look to turn. The Stormhammer's it. Yokam, not enough. Hookshot unable to protect him. Makoto's got the fall up as well. 4 down from Galaxy Racer. They're going to try and make it a 5th. As Yokam cannot do it enough to protect him. It's going to try and fly away. No. Oh, the double chakram. It's there. Buy back on Gyro. You're going to buy back on the Darkseer as well. It's all or nothing now for Galaxy Racer.
It is, and the Roshan respawns just in time for they be able to claim that. Just that one instance of people clumping up too far together. It was a swift blink with a triple stun coming through from that Stormhammer that was enough to take him down. And I mean, this was a Sven that was level 28 before that, so he already had the increased Great Cleave damage coming through at the very start of it all. So I mean, it's getting closer and closer to even having that longer duration on the Stormhammer. Hell, not even giving it over to the Sven, you know, just realizing, look, Timbersaw, you're doing a fantastic job at standing at the front lines, taking away a lot of the attention. So, good luck killing him twice. Just swipes once at that creep wave, it's gone.
Makoto, oh my lord, look at that. That's so scary.
with all this crit as well, that tree volley becomes very hard to deal with. Especially if they're up pushing on this top side. You know, the mid tower, it's gone. Obviously nowhere near as many trees to be able to play with for both the Timbersaw and the Tiny, but you play on those side lanes, there's still plenty to be able to, you know, dive super deep into with your Blink Dagger. Get that burst damage coming through.
Dire, your last set of barracks. They'll glyph it up. Are they going to give it up? Team's up in 10 seconds here. You're going to have to go up against Mega Creeps pretty shortly. Homing Missile, bounce back, Lotus Orb. Okay, Alacrity. Oil Drop, you've got to keep in mind, still got Cheese, BKB, Mid and Horn as well. Alacrity going to try and commit on forward in your Dream of the Force stuff as well. They're really going in right now, but the tosses once again from Makoto just make it so hard to be able to continue chase. Force stuff away, unable to get the clock's push back. They've got to be careful because Makoto rips them apart with the tree volley. No clockwork for the team fight. Gyrocopter as well. Turns Satanic, BKB pop, but the damage is just not there. Gyrocopter trying to stand his ground, but the Warcry bonus armor is going to be enough to be able to keep them alive. Now with BKB, it's about to expire. He's got no mana as well. NPZ completely just controlling up the Gyrocopter turns, but the Minahorn is going to get back inside the base. The volleys, though, the damage is through the roof in your Dream. Back to safety he goes to toss in Blink 4. They'll kill off another. Puck's gonna get caught. No buyback available. 2 down. You'll get the Snapfire here, but it's Mega Creeps. In Your Dream is still alive. 2,400 gold. What can he buy out to help with this defense? Green missiles.
But they have got a little bit of lockdown onto the Timbersaw. It's not going to be enough, though. He's way too farmed, and they've actually got the gyro all the way back into them.
Spin Acronyms, what a play back for. Can he get anything off? The Hex is going to be there, but the Gyrocopter's falling so low. Tree volley once again. It's enough. Boom. They'll take it. What a game, Danog. What just happened? Man, that Aghanim's pickup from Makoto just ripped apart that last team fight. My
Absolutely.
lord.
I think the winner of this game is the Lotus Orb, though. Like, that completely turned around a couple of team fights. I mean, it secured the victory at the end of the day. It was probably going their way anyway, but it made it more exciting with that. I want to see that clipped. The Gyrocopter turnaround, potential 1v5. I think it was 2v5 play coming through with the use of the Satanic there. But I mean, look at what that did to the win probability, by the way. There's just this giant valley when that happened. But other than that, this was the boom that we saw all throughout yesterday in particular, and they're going to take themselves to 5-1. Not that Galaxy Racer looked bad at all. I felt like Joe Cam, I mean, his score 3-14 and 16. I thought he looked much stronger than that. He was always pretty on point with his initiations, chasing people down, breaking up this team fight, but they were just lacking damage overall. And unfortunately for Alacrity, I feel like that has to come back to him with the lackluster laning phase that he had, and just very minimal item progression coming through.
Yeah, it was. I don't even know where to start. What a series though. What a series. What a game. Boom, Galaxy end up tying this one, and we're still not done. We still got one more series to go here, and it's going to be another cracker.
Filipino Dota,
Yeah,
more aggressive.
Southbuilt taking on Galaxy Racer. Still got more action coming to you guys for the Lootbet Pro Series 6. We need a break. I'm sure the boys on Galaxy Racer need a break as well after that performance. So we'll send it to a quick one. We'll have our last series of the night coming up in about 20 minutes.